Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have Michael Crouse with us from Recruiter on Demand Services. Michael is a veteran recruiter with over 25 plus years experience from anywhere from Fortune 1000 to even the Fortune 10. And he's done all different fields, so this is going to be pretty exciting stuff from pharma tech, consumer products manufacturing, staffing, as well as corporate. So Michael, welcome to the show on Tripio. Would you like to add anything to the intro that I might have missed?
No, that's pretty comprehensive. Yeah, 25 years seems like a lot of time, but seems like yesterday I just got into the industry.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, and excited to see how you're engaging prospects and some tips and tricks you might have for us today.
Sure. You know, in the video aspect of it that we were talking about with Tripio is a great tool for getting a high response rate and early candidate engagement and candidate retention, you know, in your recruiting process and in, you know, retaining talent as well.
Wow, got it. So then if it's okay to go specific, may I ask how you're using video today and what type of roles you're really focusing on?
Yeah. You know, the video right now is being used to engage candidates, especially the hard to reach ones, hard to find. You typically have a one time to actually contact somebody, so you want to make that impression. Although it may take you 4 or 5 times to find them to get them to respond, you have that initial messaging has to be there. It has to be a sense of concern and a sense of sincerity. And I think with video that does that. I'm using it to reach out to candidates that don't have a LinkedIn profile or don't have a social profile, and I need the message to be concise and sincere. So I typically reach out and say, "Hello, this is Michael Crouse, the company I'm with. You know, it may sound a little cliche. I found your profile, but I see you've been doing exciting work in this field. I have something similar I'd love to talk to you about." Sometimes I will take and get more specific based on the information I have for my role that ties to their profile. But I try to keep it under a minute, typically 45 seconds. You know, that quick intro is what I try to get to them,
Yeah.
and just a quick call to action. You know, I'd love to hear back from you either, you know, via email, text, whatever works for you. Here's my contact information. You know, I think the longest video I've made to anybody was probably 2 minutes, and it was because of fairly complex senior level position.
Got it. So it sounds like, to recap, you're really focusing on the hard to find talent, and then you're creating a personalized message that's going to be about them, and then one quick call to action at the end of it.
Right. You always have to make it about them. It's never about you in recruiting. If you're a successful recruiter, it's never going to be about what your needs are. It's about you have something that could better their future. You know, obviously your sub concern is obviously filling your roles, but
Yeah.
the messaging has to be what's in it for them.
Got it. And you mentioned a campaign, and I know not all recruiters are doing campaigns today, but 3 to 6 touches. Would you be able to be specific without giving away your secret sauce on a campaign and what the structure might look like?
Yeah, the campaign is basically you want to have multiple points of touches and multiple times. You know, salespeople and marketing people will tell you, because basically recruiting is sales. You know, you're trying to sell the candidate on the company on the candidate. But typically they have shown that it takes anywhere from 4 to 7 times to get someone to respond. So I try initially with video, once or twice, maybe 3 different videos. One's kind of, "Hi, this is who I am." The second one's a little bit more, "Hey, I didn't know if you got my last one." And the third one is typically, "I know you're very busy." The fourth, fifth, and sixth, I typically try to tie those more into emails or text, because they may not have a way to watch the video. They may have firewalls that they may not be able to look at it, and they're not able to look at it at home. But I will tell you, on my emails for the 5th and 6th times, I will still attach a video. It just won't be my primary message
Got it.
on there. But
Got it.
I find that most people that are management above, it takes 5 to 7. People that are in individual contributor roles, you can typically get them from the 1st to the 4th time you reach out to them. And it's just, you know, 25 years of doing this, but also collaborating with other recruiters around the world, literally in Europe and 2 in China, one in Africa. You know, I've
Wow.
asked the same thing, and everybody seems to have the same cycle of multiple forms of touching, but multiple times.
Got it. Yeah, and would love to know when you use video and when you don't use video, what's the difference? Like, what are the conversion rates, reply
Well,
rates from the
oh
candidates?
yeah, versus email versus video. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the email. You know, with LinkedIn, I probably have a 20% response rate. You know, it's very targeted there, but in emails, cold emails, I probably have a 1 out of 25 response rate. But with video, depending on the messaging and the type of video I'm doing, I get a 50% response rate.
Wow.
You know, depending on the role, it could go down to 30 or 40. But I typically find if I get into a sales role or a customer service role or any of those, I have almost an 80% response rate from people. More technical, a little less responsive, less technical, more responsive.
Got it. Got
But
it. Wow.
it's better, you know, I've found a level of response being video's the best, text is second, emails, you know, is third, and calling kind of fits in there between texting and video. You know, again, it's going to be timing and message when it comes to phones, because people don't want to be called at work, and you don't want to call them during the at home times. So
Right. Right.
that's a real balance where email and text are convenient, and video are all convenient views or convenient reviews of the messaging that's coming across.
Guys, just to make sure I understand, you'll create a video and put it into an email, or would you also put that into an in-mail or text message?
I won't put it in an in-mail, because a lot of times in-mails are going to work emails. So when my videos will typically go to personal emails. That way I know they're going to be looking at them on their personal time. Work ones, I don't want them to get in trouble. I don't want them to have their speaker on and go, "Hey, this is Michael with XYZ company," and to the competitor. No,
Yeah.
so you know, I keep it out of in-mails in that aspect because it is typically tied to work. But in text, um, I have found that people don't necessarily click on a link in text because a virus or the space or the capabilities of their systems. But so I usually try to focus my videos to personal emails.
Awesome. Yeah, and you shared a story earlier about using specific tools when you're creating these videos. Do you think you could share what other things you might use when you're creating the videos, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a story about it? Yeah.
yeah. I use a little. I guess it's probably a 6x8 or 6x10 whiteboard, and typically I try to get people's attention by saying, you know, "Hey, Justin, you know, can we talk?" Or if somebody's not responding to me, I put on there, "Hey, I will find you." You know, try to make it a little bit humorous to get them to respond. But the putting the date and the person's name and a question in that first second or so, they're going to see that. Typically, that'll show up in the GIF or the picture of the video if there's one that predisplays it, and people know that message is for them. And I can tell you that I was first attracted to this with Indeed Academy. They're the first ones that reached out to me via video, and they said, "Hey, Michael Crouse, can we talk?" And I went, "Hey, they actually have my name. You know, it's
Oh wow.
personalized."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were the first ones to introduce me into it. And then, you know, I thought, well, if it worked for me, I actually called them up. I wasn't interested in their product, but I'm like, "Hey, what was that tool you were using? It was great." You know, so you know, just having tools like the whiteboard there, you know, having my background either in the office. I've done them also where I've been in the department, like when I was recruiting for data center people, I was actually in the data center.
Yeah.
When I have people I talk about jobs work from home, they can see my background at home. So I try to create my environments too as a little additional tricks when I'm trying to get people to come to work. You know, so there's a video I've done downtown as well at a current client that the background is the Centennial Olympic Park. I
Right.
said, "This is your
Wow.
office. This would be your view from your desk." I've actually sat at the desk. I was trying to play something and said, "This is the view of your desk, you know, from your desk. Look out the window. This is what you get to see every day." So there's little tricks like that you can do to really personalize videos beyond just having a message. Just kind of show them environments. You know, it doesn't have to be a, you know, 5-minute, "Hey, let's walk through the company." You can just say,
Right.
"Hey, I'm here," and I turn the camera, so this is your view. You know.
Love it. Love it. So in short, video messaging worked on you, and then so you started trying it, and it turns out that it worked on high-level candidates as well.
High level, all level candidates really, but I find it that the harder someone is to reach, the more effective video seems to become.
Wow. Awesome. Well, thank you, Michael. Last thing would there be anything else that you want to share to the audience on any tips and tricks of how to engage hard to reach prospects?
Just find a resource, know your target, make it about them. LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever they may have, make it about them. Make it something you can connect and call to action. Always have a call to action on your video. Don't make it just something they want to share around the office. You want it something that's personable and actionable.
Awesome. Well, this was great. Everyone, you heard it first from Michael Crouse from Recruiter On Demand Services with 25 plus years experience, and look forward to connecting again. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.